Hello and a warm welcome to my channel where I cover stocks and derivative data on a regular basis. So in this video, I've covered Tata Steel, the flagship company of the Tata Group. And what better way to start it with is with the quarterly charts of it. And we can trace back to 1995 from where the NSE data starts in NSE. Before, of course, Tata Steel is listed in the Bombay Stock Exchange much before that. And in the regional stock exchange, but we look at it from the NSE point of view first. So as per Ichimoku, from this low of 2000 or just before 2000, after the 1992 market crash, it took a long tenor of falling, right from here till here. There's a big fall in it. Of course, this is a stock split chart right now. And after that started the first leg of an Ichimoku wave from here, which went all the way till 2010. That's a long 10-year period. And then again, the correction which happened, now mind you, this correction in Tata Steel is more in terms of time than in terms of what do we call uh, your price. And this correction took place over a period of another 10 years. You can see from 2009 till 2020 lows, the stock remained in a corrective mode right throughout. And then came that big rally from where it emerged and started its up move. Now, in this up move, we can see that the first move like this, then like this. Now, this is one leg of the move, and of that leg of this move, we are now in this particular leg up of the Ichimoku. We are still inside it, not very clear whether that move is over. It could be the sub wave happening out here, the counter trending Ichimoku wave happening, which could again lead to further upside as per this, because the baseline of the Ichimoku, which is a major support line, is not violated, at least in the quarterly chart out here. Now let's have a look at what the monthly chart is telling us. Now in the monthly chart, it's had a phenomenal run, but then from August of 2021-22, even before where the 2021 top, the metal stocks had started slipping down a bit. And then we saw a quick crackdown, which came nicely and again took the monthly baseline support. From there, it attempted a recovery, but frankly, the recovery has not been that great compared to what we have seen in other heavyweight stocks. Metal sector has not done that great from that angle. Now let's have a look at what the weekly is telling us out here. That same thing you can see in the weekly is the trend line from the top, from the August 21 high, has continuously been what you call tested once, again came down, again tested out here. So nice trend line resistance in that zone out here. Now let's have a look at what the daily time frame is telling us. But before we do that, let's a quick moment about my courses. So my courses on harmonic patterns, Ichimoku, trading psychology, and risk management are available. Those who wish to take the advantage of these courses, there's a video recording from the basic to intermediate to advanced. Each chapter, each study has been done in in-depth detail with lots and lots of examples for every scenario. There is hand-holding and future and guidance on clarification of doubts and whether you are interpreting the study properly or not. And along with that, in the trading psychology risk management classes, you get 10 live sessions with me in which we learn how to reduce risk, how to identify what is strength and weakness in an overall market scenario, and also on the trading psychology aspect on what is important to build your trading investing journey and how to go about it. Now let's get back to the charts of Tata Steel. Now, before we go into the daily and the lower time frame, let's have a look at what the derivative data is telling us. So in the option open interest, particularly today, Friday, June the 2nd, we saw a very sharp spike in the price, and which led to short covering by the call writers today. There's quite a large quantity of call writing which got covered out here and out here also. Even out here, we can see a decent quantity of writing. What what is happening out here at the 110 strike, what appears like that to be called writing may not be called writing because the price is extremely close to that point out here. Because we are seeing even covering at the 109 strike. So 110 writing doesn't look, because there is a lot of decent amount of put writing also happening out here, heavy in these levels. So these are this basically this amount that we are seeing today out here in the 110 call. This is fresh longs likely happening out there by a lot of traders, and which also includes the covering done by many who must have written before, because this is quite a large wall which was written much earlier. Okay, before the series started, maybe towards the last week of the May settlement, there was a lot of writing done out here because that time Tata Steel was quite low compared to where it is now in the last 1 week. So this is interestingly placed. And if next week onwards we see further sustenance of price, then this covering can lead to more upside out here. This could be a testing time for them, because that's why we can see that there is the writers who covered out here at the lower level have drifted up, towards 111, 12, 13, 14, like that, which says that again, strength quite possible in the strikeouts. And also one must remember that the writing which could have, which has, which is out here, will be a lot of hedge traders in that who may be holding in cash, or maybe having long futures, or maybe having in the money or at the money calls. So they could have also hedged their positions out here. This need not be just naked call writers taking place out there. Now let's have a look at what uh, the future data of Tata Steel is telling us in the last, what has been happening in the last 5 days in Tata Steel. Yeah, so there is hardly any major OI development in the last over the last 5 days out here. Only today we saw this 2% spike with short covering in the stock. So there is plenty of shorts still in the system, and if the price continues to push its way up, then we could see further panic among future shorts in it and covering, which we'll come to know early next week. So on the derivative data side, the scene looks much more bullish. Now let's have a look at the daily time frame and see what those charts are telling us, and daily and the hourly time. Yeah, so now before I go to the lower time frame, that is the daily one, have a look at the weekly time frame, and you can see that around this zone, every time this 105, 106, 103 zone, there is always some support to prop it up. We've had it here. We saw it here only. This was one zone where it came down. And again, out here, propping is there. So on 1, 2, 3 occasions, we can see support coming in out there. Now, again, it's at that same base level out here. So this area traditionally for Tata Steel sees smart money coming in, value buying in, coming in at this road. It can be again, will it work again or not? Let's have a look now at the lower time frame to further judge the scenario. So again, in the daily time frame, we can see what I just explained, that each time there is some scenario, it comes to push it up from there. Now, as per Ichimoku, also it's closed just at a resistance, but this resistance was taken out a couple of days back. So this could be a small pullback happening in it in this zone out here. So as long as the stock, takes a support of 104, worst case, due to some global Q or some pick comes down to 102. I'm speaking strictly from a medium-term perspective, not from a derivative perspective or short-term. Then again, we could see it pushing its way back. So logically says that as long as the 101, 104 base is there, stock has potential for further going up. And a major resistance, the minor one, is around 112.14, which we also saw in the open interest of Tata Steel, that is where now the writers are shifting, covering from 106 to 110 and moving upwards. If it takes out this particular level, then there is a gap down which took place on the 7th of February. That gap is at 110.55 to 117. That's a big gap down out here. So this gap could be attempted to be covered, and that's where the trend line resistance is also for Tata Steel. So good scope out there. Now let's have a look at the hourly time frame and try to reckon that what lies ahead for it in the short term data as per that. Now here we can see that there's one attempt, two attempts where it failed to cross this line of 109. So this will be a third attempt to break above it. Nice base, nice higher low formation taking place out here also in the lower time frame. We can see this out here. First, second, third out here. So again, this particular level, 106, is crucial from that aspect. And once it breaches this line, there's no stopping it till this gap area, which we spoke between 111 to 107. So from a short-term trader's point of view also, this particular level of 109 out here, not exactly 109, yeah, 108.85, sustaining above that will push the stock upwards, while any pullback now towards 107 to 100, worst case scenario, I would say 105, would see buying support coming in to again prop it up from there. The bear case scenario only occurs if it fails to hold this 104, 102 level in the medium term. Then yes, the stock could be in some trouble, if it fails to hold this 101 level out here, then we would be probably seeing the stock, sink down to 90 to 85. In that case, that's where the next major support for the stock comes in. And in the extreme short term, like I just said, 105 to 106 is a solid support base formation. We can see that here, and it will try to push its way up from there. So I hope, first of all, before I wind this up, a disclaimer: please do not take this as a trading view or a trading advice. It's just an educational video using Ichimoku, and please use your research and go through it thoroughly before you take a call on trading or investing in the stock. Please do that thoroughly. I hope this video is of help to you. Please don't forget to like the video and share and subscribe to the channel. With that, I end this video. Have happy investing, everyone. Bye-bye.